Hey guys, welcome to another video. Question for you lot today really. The old RS3 could do 0 to 60 in 3... oh, is that an F12? There it is. Once the warranty on this car comes to an end, I'm most likely going to get rid of it. Because, you know, if you've been watching my channel, you all know that I've had some issues with it. I may have another potential issue. Might be nothing, but I'll let you guys know if that develops into something. But I've not been too worried or bothered because, you know, it gets sorted out. As a warranty job, it's quick and easy. My Mercedes dealership is literally around the corner from where I live, so it's not been too much hassle. But you know, once the warranty ends, things can get quite expensive. But just a disclaimer, this doesn't mean I'm getting rid of this car right this instant. That's not the case. But you know, it has crossed my mind several times, you know, what would I replace it with? And there are a number of options, particularly this year. A few things have come out that have caught my eye. In my head, I've got 4 real alternatives to this car. The final one is a bit wacky, but I'll get to that at the end. First alternative, pretty boring, pretty simple really. It's to basically swap this for the full facelift CLA 45. As you know, this isn't the very latest. It's also not the first edition. It's like the one that sits in the middle, the 2016 pre-facelift. I don't even know what it's called. But you know, the full facelift, it's mainly just aesthetic changes. It does look nicer, to be fair, on the outside, particularly on the 45s. You know, you've got much more aggressive styling. You know, I really like the aero pack on the new one, which you can't get on this. The diffuser's even more bonkers. I always try and picture, you know, this wrap, all the things that I've done to this car. Imagine what it would look like on the full facelift. It would look even more insane. You know, at the time when I bought this car, the full facelift was only just coming out. I couldn't get hold of one immediately, and yeah, the price was pretty steep to begin with. So, you know, 1 year on, and obviously the prices, you know, there are ones out there that are now 6 months, 12 months old, so it's a possible option. Same power output, same performance figures, everything, you know, underneath the skin is basically the same. But you know, as I said, that is the most boring option. At the end of the day, it's you guys that watch my videos, so your say is actually quite important. You know, I don't want to get something that you guys are just not interested in, basically. So yeah, that's the first option. The next option is probably quite obvious. It's the new RS3. For myself, I'm not really interested in the Sportback. I've never really liked the Sportback. I'd want the Saloon. There's a lot of hype over the new RS3. You know, the one that's just gone was already mental. That 2.5 litre 5-cylinder engine. It's still the same engine, but just tweaked so that it now produces even more power, 400 or just slightly under 400 horsepower, which in a car of that size, you know, it is an A3, to have almost 400 horsepower and to have a 0 to 60 time that's Audi claim. What the hell is going on? Audi claimed that I think it's what, 4.1 or 4.0, whatever it is. Either way, it's BS. You know, the old RS3 could do 0 to 60 in 3. Oh, is that an F12? Yeah, it is. Sorry, I got distracted. The old RS3 could do it in 3.7, 3.8 seconds. And you know, that was a standard RS3 just with launch control. So you know, with an extra 30 horsepower, you'd imagine extra 30 horsepower, you'd imagine that may come down by another 1/10 or so. Not sure, But either way, it's pretty insane. Anything sub 4 seconds is absolutely crazy. You know, you could use that car, you could daily it, you could annihilate most things on the road from a standstill at the same time. It's fairly practical. It won't be crazy expensive in terms of maintenance or anything like that. It'll be similar to this. Again, fuel as well. So overall, it seems like a really good package. The only thing right now, they are super expensive. Like the base price without anything on it is I think, what is it, 46,000 pounds. And by the time, you know, you put a few things on it, you know, you're easily looking at well over 50,000. My only issue with the new RS3 is that I can see a lot of people getting it. You know, a lot of people already have bought it, that, you know, from the videos that that I've seen on YouTube so far. And I'm not sure if, you know, too many people will have it and you guys won't be interested. There might be too much stuff on it, is what I'm saying. So, you know, you guys might not be that interested in seeing that much RS3 content. So it's one option. Now, the third alternative to this CLA 45, it's a bit of a soft spot of mine. It's the BMW M2. I really love the way that car looks. In my opinion, it still looks the best out of, you know, this hyper hatch territory. It just looks so aggressive with the styling, and in that, I'm not sure what it's called, that something blue. Daytona? No, I have no idea what its exact name is, but you guys will know what I'm talking about. In that blue, you can spot it a mile away. It looks absolutely stunning, and you know, the engine is amazing, etc. The only downside, again, is that interior, but do you really care? I think I could let that one slide. Again, when the M2 came out, it was just really difficult to get hold of any, and so, you know, the kind of prices they were charging, they pop up on Auto Trader, but more expensive than brand new. So it was kind of, wasn't really an option for me when I bought this car. Now, 1 year later, they are still holding their value somewhat, but there's been like a facelift announced, which I think comes out, is it out now? Is it released for next year? So again, just minor changes, so that should help in terms of price. The only thing is, you know, I live in the UK. It does rain 300 days a year, basically, and you know, that car's rear-wheel drive, so it will try and kill me whenever it's wet. Whereas, you know, this, it's really drivable. The four-wheel drive system makes it almost too easy. I'm not sure if you can see ahead of me. There is a C43 right in front of that GTD, a brand new one. Could that be an alternative? I don't really know. Is it a proper AMG? I'm not too sure. It does have a 3-litre V6, I think, turbocharged, something like that, but I think it only produces less than this. I think it's like 360, something like that. I was ever really considering that? Probably not, so let's ignore that. Right, that fourth alternative, it is a bit wacky, bear with me. Those of you that have been watching my channel for some time, you may be aware of the fact that I do drive Mini Cooper S sometimes, you know, here and there. It's like just to do errands in, basically. So one option would be to just let this woman go. One option would be to get rid of that Mini Cooper S and trade it for something like a Golf R. Bear with me still. Then that could almost be like, you know, the daily. You know, it might be, you might look at it as a downgrade from this, but let's just say that's the second car type thing. You know, I'd probably drive it a bit more, but then that means I could get rid of this CLA 45 and get something a bit more special that's, you know, that's closer towards like a weekend car, I suppose. So something like a Jaguar F-Type, or a Porsche Cayman, although I'd probably lean towards an F-Type. What do you guys think of that idea? Get rid of the Mini, swap it for a Golf R, get rid of this and upgrade it to an F-Type. Most likely would it be, obviously in an ideal world, F-Type R, that 5 litre V8, I think it's a 5 litre V8, is absolutely bonkers. It sounds amazing. Whether I can get that, I'm not sure. It'll probably be the V6S. Now, I don't know what the hell's going on there. Now, the option with, now I know the V6S has only 370 horsepower. It's basically the same as this, but it's rear wheel drive, so in the real world it probably won't actually be as quick as this, but you know, it's a Jaguar F-Type. Just look at the thing. I wouldn't go convertible. I think the coupe looks miles better. You know, I'd play around with some things, you know, the same way that I've messed about with the exterior of this. I'll do that with that if I get it. Would you guys want to see that? Would you want to see an F-Type on this channel, and basically, you know, what it's like living with an F-Type, and then obviously have something like a Golf R in the background that does the day-to-day? That's, you know, that'd be like the Monday to Friday. F-Type is the weekend, Saturday, Sunday car. As you know, it's 2 seats. It's obviously not going to be anywhere near as practical as this or an M2, RS3, etc. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Anyway guys, that's it from me today. Hope you found this video somewhat interesting. If you didn't, sorry. And make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching guys, bye.